It's hard to square up. Everybody got it.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. We've got two running backs who are hoping for plenty of running lanes on that field today. It's Thomas Rawls' Seahawks going up against Blunt's Eagles.
Okay, Larry, thank you. We are just off I-95 at the home of the Eagles, Lincoln Financial Field on the south side of Philadelphia. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Set to go now on a wet and rainy night. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. First carry for Thomas Rawls. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Throwing is Wilson. Now he'll escape to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Three and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Here's Wilson. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Brandon Graham able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. So on 4th down, as seen on TV, here's their resident strongman, John Ryan, on to punt. Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz now on 1st down. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Sheldon Richardson breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. It's complete. This is Brent Saleh. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Needed 13. They got 14 on third down. From midfield, here's Wentz. Drops it on to Ajayi. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it second and short.
I'm not sure that this play was designed for him specifically, but they got through the progressions and got the ball to him. So second catch on the drive. He may not be a primary guy, but they definitely want him involved, don't they?
Absolutely. This early, the opening drive, as you said, 2 catches. So if they can get him going in the passing game, that should open up his running game too. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and we'll still get the first down. They love being physical.
And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Here's Ajayi. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard near the 34-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
If it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt. But with the rain, they're going to go for it on 4th down. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And the first play will be a field goal try. The wind is at his back here in the 2nd quarter. And it's no good. Elliott pulled it, and this will remain a scoreless game.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. You add in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
They start on the ground with Rawls. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Wilson going to give to Rawls. And a loose football. Rawls loses it. And it's picked up by the Eagles.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
This is Ajayi. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. They run again with a Ajayi. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. Only a yard on the pickup, and now they've got a 3rd down and 8. Snap coming at 1. Now Wentz. This one complete to Smallwood. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. It's a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And they're not going to get the kick off in time. That's going to set them back 5 yards. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Now he's flushed out left. And some space here. The ball comes out, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they're not able to convert on 4th down.
And this is something that you know that they're emphasizing, you know they're working on, but it has to improve. Carson Wentz lost 14 fumbles as a rookie, and the NFL is just different. When you're in the pocket, you're always at risk of that ball being jostled out.
And if memory serves, those 14 fumbles tied with Carson Palmer for most in the NFL. The drive begins with a run by Rawls. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. Now it's Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now Wilson on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's John Ryan now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. That's pulled in at the 32. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. Now a handoff as they run left side. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now Wentz. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 4-6 defense, they were daring them to run the football. They ran it. A little football 101. Take us through what the 4-6 defense is, Charles.
So what you're trying to do with your big defensive front is cover the interior offensive linemen, the center, and the 2 guards, and make it difficult if you even want to think about running the ball inside. If you can control them, that allows the linebackers and the safeties to run free and get to the ball carriers. And that play worked really well. No gain.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. But he will not get away. He stopped short of the marker. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Defense showing blitz. Baldwin goes in motion right. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit. And receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here is the punter Jones as he gets this one away. Oh, twisting away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. In motion right, Baldwin. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Dancing to his left. It's a loss of 8 there on the first down play. nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just he'll go on offense first here in the 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Flushed out right. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. On 1st down, Wentz trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the 2nd half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
Good move at the 30. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Thomas rolls. 42 yards. And the interception by the Seahawks D leads to a touchdown. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This is taken near the 13. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Frank Clark in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Play action. Now Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion. They give to Smallwood. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On play action, Wentz. Rolling to his left. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try to get the running game going with Rawls. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, second down. Wasn't able to get anything, no gain. Fumbled once already. Maybe he's being a little careful. Not necessarily on that play, but I'm sure that's in his mind somewhere.
Oh, without a doubt, because protecting the football is job one for anyone who's carrying it, and that's exactly what he tried to do on that.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Fletcher Cox forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
On is the punter, Ryan, to send this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed getting in there from his defensive tackle spot to snow him under for a loss of 4. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. The Eagles on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Wentz now to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium, and Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And left side here, it's Graham. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Here comes the D swarming to the line. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll lead here to a third down. And at this stage of the game, time a factor, time on their side as they just try to eke out the final precious moments of this one. On third down, Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. This is caught inside the 15. And the defense is going to let him think about it a little as they use their second timeout here.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. First down, this is Rawls. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. And the defense in desperate need of a stop. They have to get off the field and get the ball back to their offense if they want a chance. Slot man moves right. Wilson to give to Rawls. 1 yard officially on the pickup, and it'll leave him with a third and 11. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now it's Wilson. And he's brought down. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. So now it's first and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. On the ground, Rawls. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls, his second touchdown of the night. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside of 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
That's fielded in the end zone. He stiff arms him.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off 27. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
And they'll start this drive with very good field position. Wilson wants to throw it. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Rawls will try and run it in. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge and someone's
blitz coming and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And a long way to go for the offense here on 2nd down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And Jeffrey's got it. Alshon Jeffrey, the 30, 10, touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey, 74 yards. And the Eagles make some inroads here on that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And oh my goodness, this is nowhere close. Well to the right and no good. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. In motion is the tight end, Graham. Oh, Wilson going to throw. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. And on 2nd and 10 now. And they're definitely showing blitz here. Baldwin goes in motion right. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. Two-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
To throw, it's Wentz. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. One final try now for Wentz. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Delano Hill. And that will write a finish to this ball game. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw
Yeah, 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 yeah. Starts with a feeling, and you ride it like a wave. Crash it so the sparks can come together. Don't need a reason why the universe was made. It goes on and on and on and on forever. And it's a long flight on this battle star where we fight for love no matter where we are. Oh, oh, oh. Big bang in this universe, and it makes me feel like the gold on white. Oh, 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 oh. You got me like, ooh. You got me like, ah. You got me like, ah, and ooh, with all the things you do. Yeah, anything and everything a man can feel. Well, honey, I'm feeling with you. Baby, you're flashing, and I'm blinded by your light. I love the way your Jupiter is rising. You got me reacting like a lunatic tonight. I love the way the stars are all aligning. You got me like, ooh. You got me like, ah. You got me like, ah, and ooh, with all the things you do. Yeah, anything and everything a man can feel. Well, honey, I'm feeling with you. You got me like, ooh, I'm feeling you.
You make me feel like the world's spinning like a satellite.